I've been reading and listening to some of the Qur'an, and I'm on the second chapter, which is Al-Baqarah. Is that right?
Baqarah, yeah.
Yeah. And I noticed that in the literature, it's quite. My interpretation is that it's quite. The way it talks about disbelievers is a little bit harsh, because it speaks about. A person can say that they truly do believe in the Bible, not the Bible, the Quran and Islam, but what are their true motives?
And you think that's harsh?
Well, I think it's harsh.
It's questioning motives, right?
No, but in the sense that how it talks about disbelievers are going to go to hell and be tortured for eternity, and it's just like, and it seems just like the sort.
Where do you expect disbelievers that don't believe in God to go? Paradise.
Well, I think there should be a third category. There should be heaven, hell, and purgatory, and that rhymes as well.
Yeah, there is purgatory. We do believe in that. Somebody whose deeds match.
Yeah.
Like they don't have more good deeds than bad deeds, and they don't have more bad deeds than good deeds. They are in that stage. But somebody who rejects God, has no concept of morality, believes that they can do whatever they want. Like, I don't think they even deserve to go to purgatory, right? Because that's then injustice for people in purgatory.
Well, that would essentially be my fate. So that because by your logic, I'd be going down there, burning for.
Not necessarily, because with yourself, the reason the first ayah that you quoted talks about intentions, right? I don't know your intentions. God knows your intentions. God knows what's actually registered from our discussions, or what you understand, or what you're actually going through. If a person receives Islam, they understand it, they acknowledge it, and they actively reject it, then they will go head first into the hellfire.
And people who go, and how is Allah gonna be able to differentiate people who actually believe in Islam and people who are just saying it just so they don't want to go to hell?
Because of the first verse that you quoted me.
Okay, but can God read people's minds?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He knows. He doesn't just read minds. He knows what's in our hearts as well. He reads hearts also.
And don't you think that people who go to hell, there isn't anything they can do that they can to work themselves out of it?
Bear in mind, people that go to hell, they will be people that accepted and saw the evidences for Islam. They accepted it and they actively rejected it. Like it wasn't that Islam didn't make sense to them. Like at the moment, you're in a stage of learning. But if that stage comes that factually, evidentially, philosophically, it ticks all of your boxes, and then you go, no, I still don't want to do it. Then you go to the hellfire.
But I don't necessarily believe that. You see, to me, it's the concept of heaven and hell and about an all-powerful, all-knowing entity watching us 24/7. That doesn't sound like reality, in my perspective.
Do you think it's reality where a human being can be watching somebody 24/7?
Possibly, because
so it's possible for a human being that's limited, that's finite, but it's impossible for a creator who is unlimited and infinite.
Yes, watching, but not necessarily having some MRI scan and reading their brains and watching everything they're doing and watching while they're on the toilet as well or in the shower.
Right. Is it conceivable that a person using technology today can read minds?
It's semi-possible.
Will it become more possible in the future as we develop technology?
There are some machines that can scan brain electricity and brain flow.
And but
they can't read thoughts.
Right. And in future, you're saying that it would be possible to read thoughts?
It might be possible.
Might be possible through the Neuralink and all these sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying in future, when our intelligence and technology develops, even we'll be able to read thoughts, but we are still finite and we are still limited.
Yeah.
But God, who doesn't require, and for God, his knowledge is not increasing, his technology is not increasing, he is a superlative in all of these adjectives. Surely it makes more sense that he is able to do all of that through his vast knowledge, when human beings are able to do that eventually.
Okay.
Do you see?
Yeah. And also, so I'll get on to whether there is a God or not in a minute, but in terms of Islam, right? Because I've said to you that...
Has what I said made sense though? I want it to make sense to you. Challenge it if it still doesn't make sense.
So, the thing obviously we established about God reading people's minds and their true intentions, that that makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is there's more than one type of Muslim. There's Sunni and Shia. Are you Sunni or Shia?
I'm Sunni.
Okay. So do you believe that the Shias will go to heaven?
I believe that not all Shias are the same. There are a sect, there's a portion of Shias that if they adhere to certain beliefs, they're not regarded as Muslims.
Okay. So in terms of different, like, because you know when I mentioned how there's Christianity, Islam, Judaism came from the same root, and Moses originally wrote the Old Testament. Why is it that Islam, if it is the true religion, came out in the 7th century? Why didn't it just start when the Old Testament was written by Moses?
Because at the time of Moses was sent to his people.
Yeah.
Then after him, Jesus was sent to his people.
Yeah.
Then after Muhammad was sent for everybody.
Yeah.
And there was no prophet to be after him. That's why it made sense for him to be for everybody.
Okay. Well, I mean,
so let me just wire it together now, yeah? So Moses sent to his people, Jesus sent to his people, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sent to everybody. Why? Because there was no prophet to come after him. That's why he came right at the end, because no prophet was to come after him.
Okay. And Muhammad is Allah's messenger.
Is Allah's messenger.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of Christians that would disagree with you.
But on what basis though?
Well, they disagree that Jesus Christ is a prophet. They believe that he's the Lord and Savior.
But in the Bible, like in I think Matthew, or somebody showed me today, the multitudes.
The whole of it.
Not the whole of it, but I'm pretty much there. So the multitudes called Jesus a prophet, and he didn't deny the fact that he's a prophet.
Okay.
In fact, Christians today don't deny that he's a prophet. They just say he's not only a prophet.
Okay.
They then go further. We
right.
stop at a prophet. So it's not that they would disagree with us. They would add to us and say, no, he's a prophet, but he's also God as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Son of God. But
is that an American accent?
yeah, it was.
Son of
Yeah,
God.
it's good you picked up on that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense. How can a human being be God?
Well, but you see, like for example,
Do you think God goes to the toilet?
no, because God's not.
So you think God's got a really?
But the thing is, right?
No, but Jesus
Christians
did have a digestive system, right?
Yeah.
Did he go to the toilet?
Yeah.
So God.
No, but they argue that God is in his form. And the thing is, I've watched I've seen your YouTube videos, and you've argued with Christians here.
Yeah.
Like for example, I've argued with that guy over there about because he's a Christian. I've argued about the Trinity and stuff. And one thing that was funny is I know in one of your videos there was this guy you were talking to, this like bald black guy, and he said that Christian guy. And he said that your brain is small. You know what I'm talking about?
Indian guy, yeah.
No, the black African guy.
Oh, black guy. He said my brain is small.
Yeah, because he was a Christian and he was saying that as a Muslim you can't understand Christianity because you remember that?
Yeah. He just said just because I'm Muslim I can't understand Christianity, which
so.
doesn't make sense. It's illogical. That means God is being unfair. We don't believe God is unfair.
Yeah.
Just because I'm Muslim doesn't mean that now I can't understand Christianity.
Yeah, but surely you can understand, right, that I'm still not convinced there is a God, and that's the truth. And I've spoken to many different religious people. I've spoken to Muslims, I've spoken to Christians, I've spoken to Jehovah's Witnesses. You know those American people, those Mormons I've spoken to them. And then, like, the longer I sit down with all of them, the more I'm convinced that their one is right. Because for every expert that can tell you something, there's always another that can tell you a different story. Because I tell you what, at one point, right,
Which expert can tell you that the Trinity is right?
Jehovah's Witnesses have.
Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in the Trinity.
No, that was a mistake. So, Pentecostal Christians will tell you that it's right.
No.
Catholics would.
No.
But the thing is, at one point, I was actually convinced by Jehovah's Witnesses that their Bible is the reality, is the truth. And then
you weren't.
it wasn't because I looked at their website and their history and it was a bit.
Is that iffy, yeah?
Yeah. But it's just like.
So tell me something in Christianity that makes sense to you.
Something that makes sense to me. I mean.
In terms of their belief in God.
Okay, one thing that makes sense. What does make sense to me is, you know, the story of Noah.
Yeah.
And you know how God supposedly created man in his own image.
Right.
And then obviously they sinned, they ate the fruit, they were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and they populated the earth. But then Noah's bloodline were chosen. Noah's family, Noah's wife and his kids were chosen.
But they also
out of everyone, because everyone.
But you missed out a very important part as well. Yeah, which is when they also believe when Adam and Eve were sent down.
Yeah.
For 130 years, Adam was unfaithful to Eve, and Eve was unfaithful to Adam, because
would you been cheating?
Yeah, they were cheating. And guess who Adam was cheating on Eve with?
What, an animal?
No, demons.
So he was having sex with demons?
Yeah, for 130 years.
So that's not. I haven't come across that in the Bible.
It's in the Talmud, which is an extension of the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of Moses.
Oh man, you see, it's just.
Does that make sense to you? Adam having intercourse with demons?
No. You see, look. The thing that gets to me, right, is that like I'm experiencing so much cognitive dissonance because I don't know what the truth is.
Yeah.
Because the Jehovah's Witnesses.
They're out of the equation. You don't believe in them.
No, I do, but at
They're
one
finished.
point. But at one point.
Do you believe in the Hindus?
No.
That the tree is God, the elephant head is God, that sort of business.
No, not really.
Okay, do you believe Judaism is the right religion?
No, but you said to be a Jew,
You have to be born a Jew.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're a goyim.
So I guess I'm a goyim then.
Yeah. Exactly. So that leaves Islamic Christianity then.
But let me just get to the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that people don't agree on facts, because you're saying that Adam cheated on Eve with demons, right? Right.
Yeah.
I've never ever heard a Christian say that before.
It's in the Talmud.
So and the thing is,
the oral law that was given to Moses.
But if you were to argue that with a Christian, they would say no, that's not true.
But how would they be able to reject the Talmud? Because the Old Testament was sent to the Jews, right?
Yeah.
And the Jews get to decide where they get their law from.
Yeah.
And they say that they get their law from the Torah and the Talmud.
And another thing I don't understand is that some say that to be a Jew you have to be born one, you have to be connected to the family.
Yeah.
But others say that.
Otherwise, you're a goyim.
Well, so what does goyim mean?
Goyim is like a disbeliever that's got an animal spirit. You're an animal.
Okay.
In human form.
But others say that to be Jewish, all you have to do is believe in Judaism. So I'm getting conflicting information.
No, look at the Orthodox Jews, because they're the ones that give evidence from Scripture. Not the other guys
Jews
that believe, that just make up their own interpretation. Look, anytime someone says something to you, you have to ask for evidence. The Qur'an will help you in this, because the Qur'an says that if someone brings something to you, present your proof if you are truthful. Don't just go with what people say, like you said, I speak to this person and I believe it to be true. That no, go with proof, go for evidence.
Just going to do my own research.
So whatever they say, make a note of it and check if it actually exists or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I told you, you're a goyim according to the to the Jews. Yeah. And I told you that Adam.
You're a goyim as well.
Absolutely. I'm a goyim, and they believe goyim are. There are 3 animals that you can take your pick, and I can take my pick. Whether we're donkeys, dogs, or pigs.
I choose dogs.
You choose dogs?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm inclined to agree with you.
I'd rather be a tiger actually, because.
But they don't give you that option though. It's one of 3 in the Talmud. So yeah, they believe the Talmud is oral law, and you can go and check references. If someone makes a claim, then you have to check. You can't just go with what he says. But sorry, you were saying about the evidences that you believe Christianity could be. It makes sense to you.
No. So I don't believe in Christianity, because there are lots of things that don't make sense to me. Like, for example, I don't understand why in Noah's Ark, why my argument is that if God knows everything, He knows everything that's going to happen in the future. What is the point of creating all these people, knowing that they're going to sin, than to just kill them all with water and save only Noah?
Well, they can give an argument from free will,
and his family.
But even before that, look at the first page of the Bible. God created everything in 6 days, and the 7th day He took a rest. Does that make sense to you?
No. Well, no, but
that's Christianity refuted then.
Well, but honestly, I don't believe that there is a God, to be honest with you.
No, but if you're saying that you're looking into the religions and you're saying if I sit with Christians, what they say makes sense. How does that make sense on the seventh day God took a rest? If they think God is all powerful.
Because maybe they say in 6 days he finished it. He did it sooner than he thought he would, and he took a rest on the 7th.
So he's not good at planning as well. As well as getting tired, he's not a good planner as well.
Well,
So somebody with a building company will have a better plan than God did when he was creating the universe.
okay.
Does that make sense to you?
No,
You see?
that's not. Also, why don't? Because you know, why is it? So in your eyes, right? The Muslim women have to cover their hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you married?
Yeah.
Does your wife cover her when she goes to public?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right. So so is it true that that you believe that if a woman doesn't cover her hair, then she's like asking for sex or something like that, or is it she's sexually open? Or
No, we don't believe that, no.
all right. Okay. But why do you believe that they have to cover their hair?
Oh, because if we believe that God exists,
Yeah.
we believe he sent revelation, and
Yeah.
we believe he sent a prophet, then it presupposes, it follows that whatever is written in scripture, whatever is said by the prophet, is true, and we need to do it.
Okay, but where in the Quran does it say that a woman has to wear a head covering?
Yeah, it's in the Quran, clearly.
No, but where in the Quran?
You want the exact chapter verse, yeah?
Yeah, because
Let's read.
by the way, the girl you were arguing with, were you arguing about transgenderism earlier?
No, somebody brought me in because they wanted evidence that men and women are biologically different.
Different to what?
Men.
They are.
Yeah, but they wanted evidence.
Oh, so like they were probably believing that, like you know the whole argument about the trans argument.
Maybe, yeah.
Do you believe that trans women are women?
Do I believe that a man who says that he's a woman is a woman?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do you? You don't believe in either?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, it's just I don't understand why people got so angry. Because you know last year when there was that Supreme Court ruling
Yeah.
saying that a woman was defined by biological sex.
Yeah.
Why were people getting so angry and saying no, it's not?
It was the LGBT community that was really annoyed because they said that the government's not supporting us. So look, and tell the believing women to lower their gaze and protect their private parts and not to show off their adornment. Except
what does adornment mean?
Adornment. Let's read the full thing and then we'll to show off their adornment, i.e. their beauty. Let's go with that.
Can I just say?
Yeah. Adornment.
Yeah.
Except only that which is apparent, and then I'll ignore what's in brackets, and to draw the veils all over their juyu binna, i.e. their bodies, faces, necks and bosoms.
Is that Arabic?
Yeah. That's why it's given that word, and then and not to reveal their adornment except to their husbands or their fathers or their husbands' fathers or their sons or the husband's sons. So and then it gives a list. Yeah, so that's what it says. There's another verse that then says, as for women past childbearing who do not expect wedlock, it is not sin for them if they discard their outer clothing in such a way as to show their adornment. But yeah, the first verse was the clearest, and then we've got hadith to back it up.
Okay.
And then interpretations. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So obviously, so what chapter is that? Is it surah or?
Yeah. So it's in chapter. Let's have a look. So chapter 33, verse 59.
So that's Sorry. So that's
No. Yeah, chapter 24, verse 31.
Okay, all right. And obviously, so bear in mind that was written in the 7th century, right?
Yes.
Okay, so right now we're in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And do you not think that Islam should modernize from that? Because that was over 1,000 years ago. Do you not think that it should modernize? Because Christianity has modernized.
Why is modernity a good thing?
What does modernity mean?
Like modernizing, why is that a good thing?
Because the morals that people lived by back in those days are different to how they are to what the morals are now.
You're right. In those days, a woman was a woman and a man was a man. Today, you literally just asked me.
But I'm a tiger, so
Yeah, you're a goyim, tiger.
I'm a tiger.
Yeah. So you're saying today there is a debate about if a man who claims to be a woman is actually a woman.
It's more of a
That's
debate.
modernity,
it's more
right?
of a debate about what a woman actually is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So a man with a penis and
Testicles, yeah.
testicles says he's a woman, and then people are now holding a debate if he's actually a woman or not. Do you see? And
Yeah.
on the other hand, you've got mothers with 3 kids on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's modernity, right?
Well,
And on the other hand, you've got people, trying to wipe out an entire group of people, and you've got all of that going on as well, isn't it?
what do you mean in Gaza?
Yeah, Gaza, in Sudan, in
Oh yeah, but that reminds me. What do you think about the situation that's going on with Iran right now?
what sense?
Do you support Iran or do you not support Iran?
I mean, every country deserves to be supported. If someone comes in and tries to invade you, I think we need to support everybody that they can decide what to do with their country, right?
Do you believe that what Israel and America are doing right now to Iran is the right thing?
No, it's illegal. They just attack them for no reason.
Okay, all right. But the thing is, I don't support Israel or America. But the thing is, what I'm trying to do is play the devil's advocate and put myself in someone else's shoes. So the Israeli government, the Israelis and the Americans would argue that Iran have said we want to wipe Israel off the face of the earth, and that Hezbollah, a terrorist organization, and Hamas is in Iran, and they want to try and get rid of them because they're a threat.
Israel says that about half the Middle East, that we want to wipe it out. Do you know the flag of Israel?
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah. Do you know the 2 blue lines?
What, the Star of David?
No, the star's in the middle of the 2 blue lines. Look,
Yeah.
Can you see the 2 blue lines? There's a blue line
folded.
at the top and at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah? So it's like that. It's got a blue line there and a blue line there and a star in the middle.
yeah.
These blue lines are the Nile and the Euphrates.
Okay.
And Israelis believe that Syria, parts of
Egypt.
Saudi, Egypt, Jordan, bunch of these countries.
Have you been there before?
Where?
Have you been to Saudi?
I've been to Saudi, yeah.
Have you been to like
Palestine. I've been Palestine. I haven't been Syria. I've been to Jordan.
Wow.
Been to a bunch of these countries, and Israel wants to take it all over. In fact, it's on their flag, and it's on the badges of their army guys,
Okay.
and they've made it very clear. In fact, it was proposed by Tucker Carlson.
But that's not what I heard. But no. I'm saying like.
They believe in something
I haven't
called Greater
heard-
Israel. Do you know Greater Israel?
No, I haven't heard of that concept. The thing is,
It's in the Bible.
I haven't heard that Israel wants to wipe out other countries.
Yeah.
But
It's in the Talmud.
okay. But the thing is, has Netanyahu or someone in the Israeli government said that we want to do this?
Yes.
When is it?
Just now, like a week ago, he said Amalek. And Purim is a celebration of a genocide that these guys did, of Persia. However, one guy survived.
Okay.
And that one guy had offspring, and that offspring were going to wipe out the Jews again. So in their mind, they have to now wipe out any descendants of Amalek and the descendants of Canaan.
Okay.
It's in their Bible. Netanyahu announces it each time he does something. He says Amalek. And Amalek, I probably mentioned to you before, 1 Samuel 15 verse 3, which means wipe all of them out. Yeah, men, women,
it's young
children.
Bob. Over there.
Huh?
It's young Bob.
What's
over
Bob?
Young Bob.
What about him?
He's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also believes in that verse. He believes Jesus revealed that verse and commanded the people to kill babies.
Okay, all right. No, okay. So I haven't heard that before, so it's hard to argue with that. But the other, so people who support Israel would argue that the reason why Israel reacted so aggressively after October the 7th is because of the fact that during the Second World War, the Nazis tried to exterminate the Jewish race. They tried to wipe them out, and then when October the 7th happened, Israel thought they're trying to wipe us out again. We have to defend ourselves.
A lot of people, a lot of commentators are of this mentality that Israel is one of the strongest countries in the world and technologically advanced. How on earth can 10, 20 people in hand gliders glide over the border, and then Israel goes, oh no, what are we gonna do? No, don't do this. it's preposterous to think Israel had no clue what was going on.
Do you think Israel
And
has
then
the
they
right to exist?
weaponized that notion that, you know what, they did that, we'll allow them to do that, and then we'll bomb the crap out of them, so then we can start taking over the Middle East for the Greater Israel project.
But do you believe that Israel has the right to exist?
No state has a right to exist.
So do you believe
They
that,
either exist or they don't.
okay, what I'm saying is that, do you believe that the Israel should be allowed to remain where it is, the Jews should have their own homeland?
Do you realize that when the land was...
It's a yes or no question.
It's not, because there's a bit that you're missing out. You're starting the story from as if the Jews had that land. Before that, 85% plus were Palestinians when they were given that land. And now the Palestinians are, under 50%, like under 30%, I think.
So hold on a minute.
So do you think that Israel had the right to take that land
hold on a minute.
from the Palestinians? Do you believe that they had the right to take that land from the Palestinians?
That was the British, not...
No, it was given then to the Jews, to the Israelis.
But the British went there, and the Americans also, and they carved out that land and said, Jews, you can go here, this is your homeland.
No, British had that land, then
they gave it to
the
Israel.
Zionists lobbied them, and then from the Balfour Declaration, they were then given that land when it wasn't their land to give. And then the Nakba took place, in which you had millions of Palestinians being displaced and killed.
All right, okay, so right now, do you believe that Israel should be wiped off the face of the earth?
No,
Okay.
that would be genocidal.
Okay.
We don't believe that.
Okay,
But
fair
who is actually trying to wipe out a community from the face of this earth?
America and Israel are.
There you go.
But what I'm saying is, do you believe that the Jews should be kicked out of what is now Israel? Like evicted?
That's something that needs to be discussed within Palestine. Like, is there such thing as a two-state solution? Is there a one-state solution? That's something they need to decide. That's not up to us.
I tell you who was there recently, in Israel recently. Did you know recently who went there?
A Goyim, probably.
No, Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, he's a Goyim. I was right.
Yeah. I know I keep bringing him up, but it's just he's always on my mind. Yeah. If you're watching this, Tommy, if you're watching this, you're always on my mind.
He's always on my mind. Tommy. He's always on our mind, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
He's trying to, screw this country whilst lining his own pockets.
Tommy Robinson, if you're watching this, shall we have a debate here?
Absolutely, come down. Yeah,
okay.
You're right.
Right. That was awkward handshake, wasn't it?
It's because he didn't know if fist bump or handshake.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to what I was saying. So if you go all the way back, when Jesus was born in what's now Bethlehem, what's now Israel.
No, Jesus was born in what's now Palestine.
Okay. All right. So the land that is now called Israel is where the Jews lived originally. No. It's where the Israelites followed Jesus, in a sense of they were his disciples, and then they.
Do you believe Jews?
Can I just finish?
Do you believe Jews should ever be kicked out of their homeland?
No, I don't.
Then why is it God kicked the Jews out of their homeland?
I'm going to get to that, but let me finish my point.
Sure.
So after Jesus Christ was executed, he was crucified.
According to Christians.
Yeah. Were the Jews evicted out of that land? Were they kicked out? Were they forced to leave and forced to go to other countries, like countries in Europe? Or did they leave voluntarily? Which one was it?
So Jews themselves say that we have been kicked out of no less than 100 countries. So that's something that they've admitted.
But I'm talking specifically about
that area?
Yeah. Okay. No. Were they after Jesus died? Immediately after, were the Jews immediately kicked out of that land? So they weren't evicted.
No.
Okay. All right. Because they say that they were kicked out of that land, forcefully removed, and then when they went to other countries in Europe, they were all said, "No, we don't want you here. Go somewhere else." And then
why? Why wouldn't Europe take in the Jews?
No. You see, it's like, because you see, countries were passing the buck, like France, Germany, Britain. They were saying, "We don't want you, go somewhere else."
Why? Why wouldn't they want them?
Because of anti-Semitism, and then when the rise of the Nazis happened, and then when Hitler formed the Nazi Party, he blamed all his problems on the Jews, and he got people riled up. And then he tried to kick them out of Germany, and then other countries wouldn't take them, and then he started the Holocaust. So this is now so can you not see now why Jews get so angry when people try to like hurt them because of history?
Then the blacks, when they were killed in droves by King Leopold II, does that now mean that black
What, in
people?
Congo?
Yeah, in Congo.
I know what you're talking about, actually.
Yeah, King Leopold II wiped out millions of black people. Yeah, does that now mean that black people can take over land and can bully people, commit genocides just because something happened in the past and they feel uncomfortable? Does that make it okay?
No.
It's the same with Jews. Jews don't have special rights that just because something happened to them means that they can now harm other people.
Have you met any Jewish people?
Yes.
And as a person, do you think because I've seen you debate this one Zionist guy over there in one of your videos, and like all he was doing was shouting and he wasn't even letting you finish.
Yeah.
But like as a person, are you anti-Semitic as a person?
No, I'm not anti-Semitic.
Okay.
But I would argue that many of the Zionists are anti-Semitic because Palestinians are more Semites than a lot of the Zionists, Jews, Israelis, whatever.
So what does it actually mean to be a Semite?
Semite is that you have DNA and you have lineage from that land.
Okay.
But DNA tests are banned in Israel because a lot of them come from Europe. They don't have attachment to that land.
Yeah. A lot of them were from Europe, countries like
Yeah.
Poland, Germany, Ukraine, those sort of places. But it's because they were victims of the Holocaust.
But black people were victims of King Leopold II. Just because you're victims doesn't now mean that you can make other people victims.
And they also have, but those Jews, even though they're from Eastern Europe, a lot of them have that bloodline going tracing back to that.
Why don't they
Israel.
do DNA tests then?
Sorry?
Why isn't that legal in Israel to do DNA tests?
Okay, but that's a conversation you have to have with them because I don't know that if they do or not.
No, then they're simply not allowed. And if you can't do a DNA test, there's no evidence then now, is there?
Fair enough.
Do you see?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that would disagree with you. There's a lot of people.
They need to bring evidence then. Like, disagree with evidence. Don't just disagree for the sake of disagreeing. I believe the sky is blue. No, I believe it's a sausage. Well, what's your evidence for it being a sausage?
Okay, so what?
7.
Sorry?
I said that if the evidence of the sky being a sausage is 7, does that make sense?
No.
There you go.
Okay, so as a person, what do you think Israel should have done after October the 7th?
Whatever actions they or any country takes after an atrocity has happened has to be within the limits of international law. If someone takes any actions outside international law, then it's wrong. They should be sanctioned, they should be punished, and they should be dealt with, frankly.
Do you think that we're heading towards like a third world war?
Yeah, there will be, but whether it's in 100 years, 300 years, 1,000 years, we don't know.
It
But
could be tomorrow.
very unlikely.
Well, I think Russia and China are supplying Iran with weapons. And
Yeah, supplying is different to it being actively involved. If Russia and China is actively involved, then it means that now NATO has to be involved, and then it becomes problematic, it becomes messy. But at the moment, China and Russia are not involved. In fact, NATO's not even technically involved even in Ukraine. Like, Ukraine is technically Russia versus Ukraine. But if it was Russia versus Europe, then you could say it's escalating now.
Okay.
But
But that could happen potentially.
eventually, but not at the moment. Not at the moment.
Okay, because I think because do you believe that right now we're in the end times or?
I mean, in terms of Muslims, we do believe that after the Prophet, peace be upon him, no other prophet's going to come, and eventually times will become more and more harder, and things will become more and more crazier. So, are we in the end times? We don't know. But there are signs, and a lot of those signs have happened. The minor signs. The major signs are left now.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, yeah, I will.
So God, right?
Sorry?
So God, that was where we were going, right?
Yeah.
So it's Christianity versus Islam. You don't believe in Judaism, you don't believe in Hinduism, you don't believe in,
I don't believe I don't believe in the existence of an all-powerful, all-knowing entity.
No, but you already said through the examples of AI and the knowledge that even humans will eventually have, you don't believe that is incoherent, that a human being can see based on cameras and everything and know using the Neuralink Now, if that's stuff that he can know and see using technology, then surely God is above technology. His knowledge is all expanding, and it's a consequence of being all-knowing, all-wise, all-powerful, that he is able to know and see everything, right?
Can you prove right now, can you prove if there is a God or not?
Yes.
Right, can you prove it, please?
Yes. So anything that begins to exist...
Can the mic hear me?
Sure. Anything that begins...
Can the thing hear me, the mic?
Yeah, can.
Yeah, all right.
Anything that begins to exist as a cause.
Everything that begins to exist. But I've said to you before that energy can't be created or destroyed.
Yeah, but
it can only transform from one form to another.
But nobody rejects the fact that energy began to exist at one time. Yes, it eventually ended up in a closed system, but energy has a beginning, right?
I don't believe it has a beginning. I believe that energy was just always there. There's no start to it. There's no end to it.
No one believes that, though.
Well, science believes it.
No, science believes in the Big Bang. That's the start of time and space and energy.
Okay, all right, but it's not known. But the thing is,
let me make the argument, though. Yeah. So anything that begins...
Contingency argument.
No, anything that begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist, therefore the universe has a cause. That cause is either dependent or independent. Well, we know through inference that first cause has to be independent. That's my argument.
Okay. So when I passed speaking, that was a bit much.
Yeah. So anything that begins to exist has a cause.
Right.
So everything that you see around you, whether it's energy, whether it's atoms, whether it's you, whether it's me, we all began to exist. There was a time that we weren't there, and then now we are here. Correct?
Yeah. Right.
The universe also began to exist. Correct?
Right. Yeah.
Therefore,
this universe.
Yes.
But
any universe.
But not all matter.
Yes, all matter began to exist because the Big Bang was the start.
But there was something but there was but the thing is that doesn't prove that there's a God.
You missed the second part of my argument. Yeah, which is that the second premise was
I need some water, then.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
I'm fasting. So the universe began to exist.
Yeah.
Therefore, the universe has a cause. Do you believe the universe has a cause? Through this argument. That's the first part.
What do you mean by? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. What do you mean by a cause exactly?
Cause, something that initiated it, something that started it, something that formed it.
Right. Yes, but okay. I believe that before the birth of this universe, there was a previous one that existed before it. But the thing is, we don't know what...
What's the evidence for that?
No, it's a theory. It's a theory, right? That's what I believe.
But surely we're going with evidence. You asked me for evidence.
There's a multiverse theory. There's
theory. But you didn't ask me for a theory. You said, can you give evidence for God? So I would say the same thing, that if you're refuting God, don't refute it using a theory. Refute it using evidence.
All right. So the evidence is that just because it's not known what caused the universe to come into existence doesn't mean that it was a god. It could be something else we don't know about. It could be two gods.
Absolutely, but that's not the argument that I'm making. I'm saying that caused the universe, either it goes on forever or there's an end to that chain.
Well, I believe it goes on forever.
Right, but if it goes on forever, then it doesn't make sense because you can't... Forever is infinity, right?
Right.
Can you add to infinity?
No. You can't add to it or take from it.
Good. And you moving, are you adding to movements?
I'm not moving, I'm standing still.
As you said that, you just went like this.
Now I'm standing still.
As you're saying that, you're moving. As you did that, you moved.
Yeah. All right.
So you're moving, right?
Okay.
So you're adding to infinity, which you said is impossible, therefore there's no infinity.
It's a lot to take in, man. It's just.
I can say it again. You know me, I'm patient.
Yeah.
Anything you don't understand, I'm happy to repeat it.
Right. Okay, just repeat that last part. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll repeat the first part as well, which you accepted. Infinity can't be added to or taken away from. Yeah?
Yeah.
As you're moving,
you
are adding to things in life, right?
Yeah.
Your movements are adding. Yeah. As time is moving forward, you're adding.
Yeah.
But surely that doesn't make sense if the universe is infinity, because you can't add to infinity.
But as I said, that energy can't be...
Think about that point first. Because then you're going to say you don't understand. Reflect on that point.
Right.
Movements and time.
Yeah. So you're saying that I'm adding to infinity by talking
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Okay. But I would disagree because I would argue that the energy I'm using right now to speak to you and stand up,
We're not talking about the energy. We're talking about the movements.
the movement, well, I call it energy.
Movement requires energy, but movement itself is not energy.
So,
Distinguish.
all right. I want to talk about energy specifically.
Right.
Right. The energy that I'm using right now to speak to you and stand up is being transferred to something else.
Right.
If you light a fire, that energy will turn into heat and it will go up. And then I don't know all the science, but that heat it could form water droplets that turn into clouds or something else. But it won't go away. And that's why I said I don't necessarily believe that there's a beginning to everything.
You don't believe in the Big Bang?
I believe in the Big Bang, but
Then you believe that everything has a beginning?
No, but I believe that there was something that caused the Big Bang to happen, but we don't know of yet.
Very good. Repeat after me. Ashhadu. That's what we believe.
What language
That's
is that?
Arabic.
Ashhadu, what does it mean?
So when you
Is it a swear
accept
word?
no. So when you accept Islam,
Yeah.
you say, I testify there's none worthy of worship besides Allah, and I testify that Muhammad is a messenger of God. And you say that in English, but you say in Arabic, which is Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Can you understand Arabic?
Yeah,
Okay. So the Quran was written in Arabic originally, wasn't it?
yeah. Let's stick with this point first, yeah?
Okay, all right. So
So based on your argument about energy,
yeah.
because you
I
believe-
want to get some water. I'm really thirsty.
okay.
the-
Abdul Kareem, can you just get in some water, please? Just from the shop. Sorry? From the car? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, should I pay you or?
No. I've got some spare ones in the car.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, all right, appreciate it. Are they poisoned?
There's no point. There's nothing for me to gain from poisoning you. You know, game theory. You have to look at who's to gain,
Yeah.
who's to gain from this. I've got nothing to
Can I
gain.
just say one thing quickly, right? Because I know I keep bringing him up, but you know Tom Robinson's.
I know he's always on your mind.
But the thing is, I don't know why he supports Israel.
That's where he gets the monies.
Yeah, but the thing is, because a lot of people would call him racist, and he is, because I saw that video of him calling that cab driver. I'm not going to say the word.
Yeah.
But there are other racist white people that don't actually like him because he promotes multiculturalism.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who Steve Laws is?
Yeah.
Okay, have you seen that video? Give me a
That's a
second.
very vague. Have you seen that video?
The video of him talking about. Give me a second. Hold on. Steve Laws. The Daily Mail. Steve Laws. So what I'm trying to argue is, right, so Steve Laws is this guy here, right? So he's a racist. He says that Britain should be for whites only. And then Tommy Robinson actually spoke out against him. And he doesn't like Tommy Robinson because he believes Tommy Robinson promotes multiculturalism. So if Tommy Robinson, so why would Tommy Robinson call out other racists if he is racist?
Because there's different shades of racism, right? Not
Yeah.
all racists are the same. Some people are racist towards Pakistanis. Some people are racist towards black people. Some people are racist towards both. Some people are racist towards Mexicans or whatever it is. Yeah. Or Chinese, whatever the case may be. There's different shades of racism, right?
Yeah.
So you heard from that statement, he's clearly racist towards Pakistanis. So that's enough for him to be called a racist.
Yeah.
Now, for him to say, oh, I've got black friends, that doesn't take away from the fact that he's calling an Indian cab driver a Paki.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
in that sense, I mean, he's just a different form of racist. But for me, even if he's not a racist, that doesn't take away from what he's actually doing to the country, which is that he's taking it to the cleaners
Okay, and
to line his own pockets whilst living in Spain, having an Irish passport.
he's in America now, actually.
Yeah, exactly. But he's got residency in Spain.
Like the
Why
thing-
is
these
my
discussions
man
each other.
living in Spain? Anna, did you see the pictures of his son standing in front of a private jet, having all these gold encrusted
haven't-
your watches and all that? He was everywhere, bro.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, bro. His son was posing with all the jewelry. Where's he getting all that money from? The Zionist money.
Money.
Yeah, absolutely. The Goyim money. Because he's a goyim.
But the thing is, but you see,
Such a funny word, isn't it? It's hilarious.
but the thing is, he and his supporters would argue that all they're trying to do is stop the rise of Islamic extremism in Britain. Because last time we spoke, I did show you evidence that there have been 10 actually declared terrorist attacks in the UK that are Islamic based.
And I showed you that there are more people that die by falling over and with peanut allergies than they do with Islamic terrorism.
But you have to understand that there's a difference between a person dying by snapping their neck or having an allergic reaction to me cutting your head off because I believe for a religious reason, like for example a Christian or a Muslim.
No one's got their head chopped off in the UK.
But they're like, you know what I mean with the analogy?
Yeah, but look, then I can give examples. There was a Christian that, did a terrorist attack in the UK. There was, Axel Rudakabana who stabbed 2 white girls.
Three, actually.
Yeah, 3. Was it 3? Yeah, and he was a Christian. Did you know he was a Christian?
I know that.
Yeah, and there was another person that converted to Christianity. It's because, and there's a verse in the Bible to say that Jesus...
Because he's not white, is that why?
Well, whether he's, whatever race he is, or whatever the case may be, point is that they only regard certain things as terrorist attacks and other things as not. There's a mass shooting on average happening every day in America with people of all races doing it, but it's never to do with religion. Here, it's people that are frustrated to do with politics or there's mental health problems.
There's many reasons why people commit mass shootings, actually.
And there's many reasons why people commit terrorist attacks.
Okay, but the thing is, one of the common ones in
America... And all of them are wrong, by the way.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But one of the common ones in America is if I go to work and get fired, and then I'm angry and humiliated and I want to get revenge on my co-workers and I shoot the place up, that would not be regarded as terrorism. Because that's someone acting out of anger because they were humiliated. But for example, the biggest mass shooting in America was in 2017. You know the one with Las Vegas, Route 91?
What about sorry to interrupt, but Dylan Roof? Yeah, he went into a church.
Yeah.
It was a predominantly black church, and
that was terrorism.
Yeah, and he shot it up. And when he came out, he was feeling a bit hungry because shooting all these people, you get a bit hungry, you know what I mean? So the problem now was he tells the police this, and he gets a Burger King meal out of it. How does that, bro? Imagine a terrorist that's just finished shooting up a bunch of people in a church, and then he gets a Burger King meal because he's tired after doing all of that.
But the thing is
that terrorism? You said yes.
Yes.
But they said no.
No, but terrorism is about why someone does something, not what they actually do.
Yeah, but you're going in a church now. There's clearly a religious motive.
Yeah.
And clearly a racial motive.
Yeah.
Why is that not terrorism? Killing a bunch of...
No, that is terrorism.
Yeah, but they said it's not.
Well, but they're wrong.
There you go.
Right, well they're wrong.
There you go.
That.
Do you think what Israel is doing to Palestinians is terrorism?
I would call it. That's give me a second. Really close to me.
Mashallah, you downed that quick.
Yeah.
It's gone straight down. Mashallah.
Yeah, I knew that. I was thirsty. See.
Okay, yeah.
So I would call what Israel is doing.
Let's not get into that because it's just it's obvious what they're doing. And if you use any weak language, we're going to be talking about that for 10 minutes.
That's state terrorism.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So let's get back to our original point then.
All right.
So we were talking about God, right?
Yeah.
So I gave you evidence of God. I said that, and then you talked about energy. And then my point that I wanted to respond to that was that if energy is not only dependent, but it has a start. Yeah,
okay.
It depends on a cause. And the question is now, what is the nature of that cause? Infinite or is it in an infinite chain of causes, or is there a end to that chain? And my response to you, in terms of logic, philosophy, whatever criteria you want to use.
You said an end, but I say infinite.
Yeah, and I proved to you the mere fact that you're moving and time is progressing. That means, by definition, you are adding to infinite, which you can't do.
And then I argued that I'm not adding to it because the energy I'm using right now is just going to turn from one form to another. That was what I argued. because the water that I just drank, I'm going to go to the toilet later and it's going to come out of me.
Right. So let's just say I take your argument at face value, but that's this universe. What about the other millions of universes?
No, there could be a million universes. There might not be. It's a theory.
Absolutely. Which you go with, right?
Right. Can I ask you something, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that you take the idea of something can't come from nothing? How does that prove that there is a God?
Because, firstly, if you say that something can come from nothing, firstly, there's no evidence for that, right? And if something can't come from nothing, it means it needs to come from something. So the question now arises, what is that something?
Right.
And we would prove better than the Christians that something is God.
Okay. Why don't? But why? Why is it that? But why does that prove that God wants that the existence of an all-powerful entity that wants us to do this and this and this and we can't do that and that and that? Like, for example, women can't wear head coverings according to your religion.
It's a test. We believe life is a test.
Well, why can't you just come down and show himself, man? It's just
No, but we spoke about this last time and you acknowledged
it's so
that.
much easier.
But if he comes down, you admitted that not everyone will believe. So it's pointless.
Well, with all due respect, that's not my problem. I will believe, but that's for them to sort out. That's not about me.
Yeah, but God doesn't just care about you. God cares about everybody, right? And if life is a test, the whole point of a test is you don't reveal the answer. Otherwise, the test is useless.
But the question is there an answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
So where is it then?
Because your answer is Big Bang. But I'm saying what caused the Big Bang? And is that cause...
We don't know what caused it. It could be anything.
Yes, but that cause... Does that cause go on forever, or does it have to have a stop?
It
The
could
chain.
be two gods.
The chain.
And I've said it goes on forever. But the thing is...
Wait, one point at a time. You said there could be two gods. What's the definition of God to you?
An all-powerful...
Okay, can you have two all-powerfuls?
An all-powerful, all-knowing entity.
Can you have two all-powerfuls?
Well, yeah. You got the god of water, the god of air, the god of
you
trees.
said all-powerful, not limiting the power to, say, a bottle or a tree. Can you have two all-powerful beings?
No.
Oh, there you go. So you can't have two gods.
Well, how? I mean, and what does God want us? Like, how do you see? Christians say that God wants us to do this, but you say God wants us to do that.
What do the Christians say God wants us to do?
Christians say God wants us to worship Jesus. Christians say that God wants us to go to church.
Not really.
According to Christians, church every Sunday.
Not really. Not the Protestants. They believe salvation. It's through salvation. You just need to believe Jesus died for your sins, and that's it. You're laughing to the. You know what I mean? Like according. No. I mean according to them, you believe in Jesus and you're laughing. That's it. Done.
That's not why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
It's not why I'm laughing, but it's just that Christians argue. Because I saw you argue with this one Christian, and he said, "Would you drink milk with camel urine in it?"
Yeah.
So like was he? Like, I think was that analogy basically saying? Because Christians say that.
I think he just really liked urine.
Did he urine?
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. but like, because you know when I spoke about Jehovah's Witnesses. Now the thing is, at one point, they might be watching this actually, but at one point, I was convinced that their Bible is actually reality.
Yeah.
And well, you going? Or?
No.
Yeah.
Just checking Salah times, prayer times.
Oh.
But I'm listening to you.
Yeah, because I was convinced that their Bible is
True.
is the truth, and then the funny thing I don't understand is that never made sense to me is that their religion was created by Charles Taze Russell, and then like what in their Bible, the New World Translation, like it's not really the same as the Bible that was before that, the King James version. And they say that you can't have blood transfusions. They say that that
you don't believe in that, so it's pointless, right?
No, I don't. But the thing is, but at one point I was convinced that it was truth.
But now you're not.
Yeah.
So time has progressed, which means you have added to infinity, which is impossible. Because look, you might say movement is energy, but what about time? Time is not energy.
Time is infinite.
No, it's not.
If you can manage time, you can manage anything.
Because according to the Big Bang, that's when time started.
Okay.
Big Bang was the start of time and space.
And
That's not infinite.
So your argument is that God caused that Big Bang to happen.
Yeah, and God is outside time and space.
Okay.
As we understand.
Why don't you believe that humans share ancestors with chimpanzees
Look, we
and gorillas?
Yeah, but it's not an issue. If we did, that doesn't disprove a God, because evolution is a mechanism.
Because remember over there, we had a conversation. You asked me if I believed that my great grandfather was a rat. Okay, but I do.
And what was your answer?
I said yes, I do. No.
You got me.
No. My great million times great grandfather could have been a rat.
Yeah.
See, you find it funny then?
Yeah, because it's like, how have people been convinced that there used to be a rat once upon a time?
No, not me.
No, but your lineage, right?
All life, no, you as well.
Not me, mate. My uncle was definitely not a rat. He was a lion. No,
well, it's basically this video I saw on YouTube.
yeah.
But all life started in the ocean.
Look, but the point still stands. Mechanism is how things happen, right?
Yeah.
And we believe there are loads of mechanisms, but we believe God is a creator of mechanisms.
Right.
So even if, there was a form of evolution or this or that, we have no issue. We don't believe Big Bang evolution in terms of mechanisms refutes the creator of a mechanism.
Do you?
Digest that for a second, because it's a very big point that I've said. So mechanisms, forces, evolution, Big Bang, these are all mechanisms.
Right.
God is a creator of mechanisms. For example, you knowing how a car works doesn't mean that the creator of a car doesn't exist.
Okay.
Do you see? Just because I know how the microphone works, look, it goes like this and it goes here and blah, 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 blah. Or therefore the creator doesn't exist. Does that make sense? No. The creator still exists. Just because I know how it works,
So where is it?
doesn't. But first, have you digested the point? That just because I know how the microphone works doesn't mean there is no creator.
Right.
Make sense?
Can you just kind of like paraphrase it?
Paraphrase it, good. So let's just say somebody goes, oh, you know what? This microphone, man, it's, we don't know who created. I think Jim Bob created it. Yeah, Jim Bob created this microphone. I go, no. The microphone actually has semiconductors inside it. The electricity goes, and when I press this button, this happens and that happens. Therefore, Jim Bob doesn't exist. That's false. Just because I know how a microphone works, it does not mean that the creator of the microphone does not exist. So just because I know there's evolution, there's Big Bang, there are forces, just because I know these things, it doesn't mean that the creator of these things does not exist.
I can't have a relationship with
Tommy Robinson. You can't. It's just not gonna work, bro. He's not. I don't know. I'll ask him if he's open to it, but
Do you watch his YouTube videos?
not anymore.
I do sometimes. Not because I follow him, but the thing is, I want to see what he's up to.
What he's saying, yeah.
But I can't have a relationship with a God who I speak to and I'm not getting a response from. If I said, God, what are you doing now? Why haven't I heard back just now?
Okay, take the analogy of as if you're in an examination hall. In an examination hall, do you speak to your teachers?
Actually, yes.
Pertaining the answers?
No, they don't give me the answers, but the thing is, if I ask, can you read this question out, they actually will read it out.
Yeah, reading out.
If I ask, how long do we have left?
But I mean, that sort of stuff is useless. Let's be honest. You can read the question yourself. You can tell the time. Why do you, teacher? Can you tell me the time? Or read it yourself. So the teacher's role there is useless. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you need help answering. That's what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can. Or what does God want? I can read that out for you.
Yeah.
How long? I can help you answer those questions.
Okay.
But that's useless to you. Yeah. What's useful to you is the answer. What is the answer? That's what I need.
Do you know what I'm scared? Do you know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of dying. I'm scared of death because I don't know what's going to happen afterward.
Hmm.
Do you have proof that there is a heaven or hell?
Yes, absolutely.
What,
Because look, even if you look, because our analogies as an atheist I can give you is logical. Yeah. When you do something wrong at work, they have a punishment, right?
if I'm caught,
Yeah, if you're caught. And with all these cameras and they're watching everything and all that sort of stuff. So eventually what happens is they punish you based upon your action. If you commit a certain action, and it's a small one, like you were speaking on the shop floor, the guy that's your supervisor would say, "Hey, what's your name?"
Trevor.
Trevor. They'll be like, "Trevor, get on with your work," and then you're like, "Sorry, that's it.
That's not my name, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. I'll call you Trevor."
Yeah.
I know you don't want to give your name. That's fine. So they go Trevor, and then you go, "Oh, sorry, boss. That's fine." Then you move on, and let's just say the manager's there, yeah, and manager's telling you something, and you go, "Shut up."
Then I get fired.
You're not going to get fired, but your punishment is going to be more severe than talking on the shop floor. Maybe HR will get involved or whatnot. Now, if you punch the manager in the face,
That's assault.
That's assault.
Then I go to
Police
jail.
gets involved. Yeah. If you stab your manager, then the punishments go severe. So it makes sense that God is infinite. Therefore, the punishment associated with God should also be infinite because it's commensurate with the nature of God. Therefore, hellfire has to exist because we believe God is just.
Well, I know it may sound a little bit stupid, but like, do you not think that it would be nice for him to just open the gun up, just so we can have a look to see what's actually down there?
Or what? Paradise?
No, hell.
Or hell? No, but the
Is
thing
Hitler
is,
in hell?
no, but think about it. You
Is
know
he in hell? Hitler.
who?
Hitler.
I assume so. Yeah, no, he's not going to be in the other place. He's going to be in.
What
be in hell,
about
most likely.
what about Ayatollah Khomeini, the one that was just killed in Iran? Is he in hell?
Ayatollah Khomeini, Allah knows best. Allah knows best. But it depends on his beliefs and the Aqidah that he held.
He wasn't a nice person.
I mean, he would say certain things, but some people claim that he didn't really believe in those things, so there's speculation. So someone like me, I don't know.
Okay.
But the point that you said before that, what did you say before that?
I said it's Hitler in hell.
No, before that. Would it not be nice? What did you say?
He opened up hell.
If God can say, hey guys, I'm going to open this up, you can have a look just to see what it's like.
So would it not be nice if we could see the Big Bang? Would it not be nice if we could see evolution? Would it not be nice if we could see?
We can see evolution happening right now.
No, we can't. Not evolution. You can see selection taking place, natural selection taking place, but you can't
Adaptation.
see adaptation.
Adaptation is evolution.
No, adaptation is a mechanism used for evolution.
There was an experiment done with these moths once in this.
No, that's been proven. That picture has been proven to be faked by a Cambridge professor.
Okay.
Sorry, make your point because people might not know.
Okay, all right. So, because that's what I heard the guy saying when we were here last year.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was faked. I gave the evidence, and he
Okay.
said, "Oh, where?" And I still remember the book I quoted. I still remember the academic as well.
Okay, and well, do you believe that all the archaeological fossils of human?
Sorry. So, just because we believe in the Big Bang without seeing it. You believe in atoms, but you don't see atoms. Yeah. You believe in feelings. For example, I go like this, pow, really hard. Now you say, "Oh, you hurt me." I say, "Show me." Okay. Let me just give you an example. Yeah. Like this. Yeah.
Right.
Did that hurt?
A little bit.
Okay. Prove it. Show me the pain. Put it in my hand.
Okay, all right.
No, you just did the same thing to me.
Yeah.
No, I want to see the pain. I want to see pain. You said pain. I don't see it.
Yeah,
Show me. Put it in my hand. No, that's just hitting my hand. That's not pain. I want to see pain. Show me.
No. But
Yeah.
The only.
Do you believe in pain?
Yes, because
Only if I could see pain.
I can.
Only if I could see it, then I would believe
your
it.
nervous system.
No, I
well-
don't care about nervous. I want to see pain, bro. Show me pain. I wish I could see
Your
pain.
nervous system. Okay, bite your tongue.
Right, I bit my tongue.
Right, because what happened?
And there's a sensation.
No.
But I want to see
That
pain.
sensation is pain. Because
Nah, but only if I could see pain, though. Only if I could see it. Trevor, the mere fact. Look, let me speak to you on the level, yeah? When you look around and you see so much complexity, you see so much order.
the fine-tuning argument.
Not only fine-tuning argument, this is the brain argument, the common sense argument, the logical argument. Bro, you see the
What do you think about all this?
the homing instinct of a pigeon,
Yeah.
yeah? The migratory instinct of a Bewick swan, the colors of a mandarin duck, the blood pressure control system in the brain of a giraffe. And you look at
Alright.
the symmetry.
One thing at a time.
You look at the symmetry of a butterfly. You look at the position of seeds within a sunflower. Bro, how on earth can you believe, honestly, like on the level, that it came by itself? When have you ever
I can
seen
explain
order?
how.
Go ahead.
All right. So you made a lot of points, so let me address one of them. So,
Sure.
So take the human brain, for example. So you know how we've got a nervous system. We've got hemoglobin in our blood that takes an oxygen and takes out carbon dioxide.
Right.
Is that how it works, or
Pretty much.
okay? And would you say that the human body is very complex?
Yes.
The human eyes are very complex.
Yes.
And other things as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's definitely complex.
All right. So the argument that how can something as complex as a human eye simply come into existence? The reason why that happens is that millions of years ago, with organisms that lived in the ocean, they had DNA, they had RNA and DNA. Light-sensitive cells started to appear on parts of their body because of sunlight, and then over years of natural selection, it evolved into eyes. And then, you know what? The Tiktaalik. Yeah.
Tiktaalik?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so light-sensitive cells appeared on species, and then when sea creatures started to turn into land mammals, they would come out of the ocean and then they would walk, and then over generations they would walk on 4 legs, and then they would climb trees, they would come down from trees, they'd walking on 2 legs, then they'd turn into us. Now that's just an oversimplification, and the thing is, you kind of put me on the spot a little bit there because I was struggling to explain that, but that's how it happened. It didn't. Rome wasn't built in a day. You heard that said, you haven't, right? It didn't happen like that. It's the process by natural selection over millions and millions and even billions of years from one thing to another. Like, for example, have you got children?
I don't want to say on camera.
Okay, all right. But you have ancestors, and I have ancestors, and eventually, somewhere down the line, we are all we share. Every person shares a common ancestor.
But you've said it in a very wonderful way, and I know I put you on the spot. But when you look at evolution, that still proves my point that evolution itself is a mechanism, and it doesn't exclude the creator of the mechanism.
But you said you don't believe that humans share a common ancestor with chimpanzees.
No, I didn't reject that. I didn't deny that. But I then asked you another question, which was the right question. And then the conversation went somewhere else.
I'm looking at one.
Harsh. So, yeah, coming back to the point, that evolution didn't create everything. Yeah, the creator still, there's a question mark. Yeah, you can't say evolution created everything, because then the question would arise, what about that first self-replicating DNA? Or that first, organism, where did that come from? So then other questions, but the question still stands. Is there an infinite regress, or does it stop somewhere? And
There's infinite regress.
no, but infinite regress doesn't make sense.
The infinite regress doesn't necessarily. The infinite regress doesn't prove that there is necessarily a God.
Do you believe in infinite in real life? Like, is it provable to you?
What, an infinite regress?
Yeah, infinity, just in general.
Yeah, because time is infinite.
Is it? But I already told you, if you believe in the Big Bang, they believe that was the start of time and space.
Well, I don't believe that there was a beginning, and I don't believe that there will be an end.
So you don't believe in the Big Bang then?
No, I believe in the Big Bang, but I believe that there was something before the Big Bang.
Right.
We're going around in circles, aren't we?
But what came before the Big Bang?
We don't know.
Do you believe that there's like an infinite kind of chain?
I believe that the Big Bang was caused by a dying universe, a dying previous universe.
But all of these universes are dependent, right? Dependent on their parts, dependent on other things.
They're dependent on themselves.
On their parts,
I believe
right?
that the universe created itself.
How do you believe that the universe creates
Why
itself?
do you think there was a moment of creation?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wouldn't that then be a contradiction? Because it's like a mother giving birth to herself, right?
Okay. Okay, but
That doesn't explain anything. It's like, oh, the universe is there. I can't explain it. Therefore, it created itself. How can the universe create itself?
Actually, no. Okay.
You don't believe that?
No. Okay.
Because I think up to then you were great. I think on that one, maybe not.
All right.
The idea it created itself.
Okay. All right.
I
Okay.
think either it was eternally here, yeah,
All right.
or else,
Well, I'll take that back. Actually,
or else it just kind of happened.
I don't believe it created itself. I believe that it was created by something that we just don't know of. Would you believe it created? Do you believe in a god?
We've done. He knows my position. It's to him fairly abstract. I believe you have two options. Either time is eternal, in which case, of course, you can have infinite regress. Infinite regress only seems paradoxical in a finite time space. Yeah. In an eternal time space, infinite regress is the default. Of course, you have infinite regress.
But an infinite regress of dependent things. Do you believe in that?
Well, you're framing it now in terms of dependency
Yeah.
arguments, which are slightly more intricate sub-arguments, and they're not
Exactly.
absolutely concrete. We could chew them over.
Do you
But just in
specifically?
terms of chains of causality, if in terms of time we have eternity, which a number of physicists think is possible, I can't discount their opinion. I've got to include it as an option. And in that landscape,
But that's a different argument. An
Okay,
infinite regress of time.
well, then we don't need a prime mover.
I
The
wanna-
cosmological argument becomes irrelevant in that
Are you
landscape.
atheist? Are you?
If you're a theist, you probably think I'm an atheist, and if you're an atheist, you probably think I'm a theist. I'm walking that line.
Okay.